Hi there, this is Just a Girl in Camas, Alicia King, and I'm pretty excited about my interview today. I am with this guy who maybe some of you know and don't know, but he seems pretty famous around Camas to me. This is Mr. Mancini, and he is the band director at Camas High School, and also, give me a couple of your other titles.
Well, that's basically it. That's all I will tell anybody.
That's all you tell anybody? Okay, we can't know anymore. Yeah. And coming to interview him today has brought back several memories of band and the stands here and what chair are you and such. And I don't know if any of you have played in the band before, but it's quite an experience. And this band is quite a band. So
it is quite a band.
It is quite a band. I wanted to interview you because we go to these Camas football games, and I sit there in awe at these students that sit there, they march, they play their hearts out, and I just have always been intrigued of the man that works with these kids. So I'd like to chat with you a little bit today about the band and your role here at the high school and your relationship with these kids.
Yeah, great.
So how long have you been at Camas High School?
This is year 15.
Year 15.
Yeah.
And where did your love of music start? Is this something from a young age?
Yeah, I was forced to take piano lessons when I was 9 or 10 years old. Forced? Yes.
My kid should hear this.
That's right. And sometimes we have parents who say, well, so, you know, my kid doesn't want to. Well, yeah, that wasn't an option. Right? You know, set the timer and put in your time, and then you can go play. So that was, there was no goal of being a musician, right? So my parents played the piano, both of them, but that's not what they did. Right, for a living. But that was something they wanted to pass on to their kids, and so we were forced to do that. Then I joined the band in seventh grade, and I was pretty good at it, I guess. Yeah, and put in my practice time there, and so got good enough in high school, and then I decided to be a musician. Didn't really focus on music education until I was in college, and then thought, yeah, you know, I had a good time in high school band. I'll become a high school band director. So.
That's great. And you've been doing it, I know you were at another school for 15 years before Camas.
Yeah, 16 years in Nacelle, where I taught a lot of stuff, mostly music though, from first grade through the high school, you know, just kind of everything. And went on from there.
I just want you to know the impact you're making. I hear parents all the time commenting on what you're doing with their kids. And I want to know, what do you see in these kids here? What passion do you see? I know they're all at very different ages in life where there's a lot going on. Emotions, they're growing, they're changing.
Right.
What do you see in these kids, and how do you get inspired? I mean, you're making a big impact with them.
Sure. Well, our kids are really inspirational. When I first came to Camas, this was a little different community 15 years ago. And the kids told me, you know, we would be practicing music for basketball games, for football games, what we call pep band music. And they would say, why are we practicing this? We never practiced this before. And I thought, well, okay, this is the music you're going to play when 95% of your audience hears you. Why wouldn't you practice that? That's where you're going to perform for the public. You need to practice that music. And so we practice it, we approach it just like we do anything for any other performance. And gradually over time, they started getting on board, and you can see the light come on in certain kids, and they just jump on board because they want to achieve and they want to be excellent at something. And so it's just been really fun to watch over the course of years. And I keep a log of the first year we do this, and the first year we do this. The first year we sang the national anthem. That was maybe my second year here. First or second year it was in there. And so we sing that 4-part harmony. We're still doing that. We do that at the homecoming game.
Wonderful.
And they say, why are we singing? We're in band. Well, musicians sing. If you get a room full of band directors, we can all sing. We sing parts because it's music, and we're just creating music with our voices instead of an instrument. It doesn't matter, right? It's really fun to watch them be creative and then come up with some new idea. Hey, can we do this? Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that. And then they love it so much we just keep doing things like that. Yeah, it's really fun. And I know that I'm training, in large part, future leaders. And so there will be times when I'll make a decision that they don't like, maybe, and I'll then a few minutes later, I will explain to them, okay, here's why we did that. Because in my position and where you are, here was my thought process. Someday you're going to be in the same position, and you'll have employees who are going to want to do something, and you're going to say, no, it has to be this way.
Right.
So I'm trying to get them to think. We say break the bubble.
Break that bubble.
Teenagers have about a 2-foot bubble they live in. So the future is anything farther away than 2 hours. So you say that anything that's beyond that. You know, we have a concert in 2 weeks. That doesn't mean anything to them, right? So,
what's at lunch today?
Yes, right. So break that bubble. There are other people in the room other than you. Listen to somebody who's sitting way over there, not just the person next to you. You know, there's this, I think it's expanding your view of your own existence and not being so closed in and concerned about just me. There's this other stuff going on. And we have such great kids and great, you know, I say great schools come from great families who give us some great students. And my own sort of joke is it's so great to teach in a community where the parents tell their kids, go to school, sit down, shut up, and pay attention. Because parents here value education, and they understand that importance for the rest of their lives. And I don't know why it's not more common everywhere else. You know, any other school, they can have the exact same values we have. And push their kids to do the exact same things. Kids are the same all over the world.
Well, I think every kid deserves a chance at that, hopefully. And when you have an inspiring teacher, I think that helps make the difference as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I think, again, the point I also want to say is that the arts are so important in our schools, and this is an example. The arts, what it's doing for these young people, I think is amazing. So let's help continue to support the arts. Now, there's a couple dates we're going to end with that you can come hear this awesome band. If you haven't heard them at the game or in a parade or somewhere else, what's coming up on the agenda?
December 5th, we have a parade in Longview. And then on December 8th, we have our holiday concert, 7 o'clock, free, at the CHS Theater.
Awesome. Well, if you can come to any of these, these events and hear these kids, that would be awesome. They really, it's beautiful. They sound beautiful, and they're very talented, and it's great. You can see them working really hard. You've triggered something in there. They want to do well for you. You can
trick kids into thinking they're having fun. They can do a lot of work.
All right. Well, thank you for your time today. I know you're a busy guy. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right. This is Mr. Mancini, the band director at Camas High School. Thank you so much.